777 Super Walker loads degrading over time. William Hovey Smith, 2015. I'm the author of the forthcoming book, Hunting with Muzzleloading Revolvers, and here's some of the work done for that book.
This is Hovey Smith, the Backyard Sportsman. And we have bits and pieces of the Colt Super Walker scattered about, as I am now preparing a hopefully more stable black powder load for hunting. I have received in the past good results with 777 powder from Hodgdon. However, this season has been extremely wet in Georgia. And 777 does have one problem that you'll see in later segments of this video. It is hygroscopic. It absorbs atmospheric moisture even when loaded in the chamber of a revolver. Brrr! Now that ain't good, guys. What happens is you lose velocity and your bullets strike high and right, typically above the point of aim. This happened both in my Brunswick rifle, and it's also happened in the Super Walker revolver. I have now reloaded freshly a clean cylinder here from the Super Walker. For those of you who haven't seen it, yeah, this is a big hunk of metal. This is a big hunk of revolver. Yeah, it really is. And what I am loading here is 48 grains by volume of GOEX FFG. When I actually weigh it out on the scales here, it weighs 46 grains. Now the bullet I'm using is one that this gun particularly likes. It's a 220 grain bullet by Kato Ojama. This gives excellent accuracy out of this gun. I've had several cylinders that had almost snake eyes out of this load, out of this particular revolver. I mean, just bang, bang, both at 10 and 50 yards. I mean, these bullets do shoot. And this particular bullet actually weighs 217 grains. And I weighed each bullet out and sorted it. So these bullets have less than a grain weight of variation. They've also been freshly lubricated with a beeswax lubricant. As you can see, that's why they're so irregular and so on and so on and so on. Now this is taken off and sheared off when I load it. Between the powder and the bullet, I use this piece of cut styrofoam from a serving plate from Zaxby's, would you believe? And this is to keep the lubricant from potentially contaminating the powder. I'm a hunter. I'm not interested in world-class ballistics. And I'm not especially interested in extreme accuracy. What I am interested in is an accurate, reliable, stable load that I can kill with.
This is Mike Brackett in his shop in North Georgia. Now, he did a very excellent action job on the pistol, as well as installed this pin, which completely prevented a problem I had of it plucking caps. Now, I did have a brief access to a range in Alabama before I took the pistol on its first hunt. And I checked my zero after the action work had been done, and yeah, the pistol shot just fine. We'll now fire a shot at the watermelon, and I'm going to move it down here lower with the revolver. And we'll go ahead and shoot again at the paper target. Two 44 caliber holes right here. Bang, bang. That's a good group, but it's far from the center of aim. So I'll need to adjust the sights left and down. Well, we're shooting with a revolver. And what we have done is our first two shots were here. We adjusted 10 clicks down and 10 clicks left. That gave us here. Then we went 5 clicks down and 8 clicks left, and that put us here. So we still need to go about 10 clicks left. But what this tells us is this load has continually deteriorated over time in the gun. Even though I targeted originally at 10 yards, it was hitting right about here. It's been losing velocity all this time in the several weeks this gun has been loaded. And so that's the reason these shots struck higher. These are lower velocity loads. And so I'm having to make this much adjustment. The group should have been here. It actually went here. The gun is shooting, it is accurate, but the powder is not giving consistent results over time. So we're going to adjust over here and then take another shot at our watermelon. As you see, the shot hit the concrete block below the watermelon. About center this way, a little bit low. Yeah, that would have probably got a deer at 50 yards. So, what about this 777 stuff? I'm going to need to load something powder that's more stable, particularly in this high humidity, if I'm going to do any good with it. That kind of dispersion in groups in a couple of weeks loading the gun is just not acceptable to me. We're going to have to go with something else. I feel confident that I can kill with a Brunswick rifle. So that's what I'm going to load up and that's what I'm going to hunt with until I put more work into that revolver. All is ready downrange, so we're going to see what we can do to get this thing sighted in with a good, solid black powder load that I can depend on. Okay, that one did not hit paper, so we brought the target up halfway, so now it's about 25 yards. I see the hit. We'll have to take back much of the adjustment we did on it last time around. And after having some problems with running out of sight adjustments on the sights and solving those and then dry loading a cylinder and having to take care of that, we have managed to get back on target again. So I'm going to fire a confirming shot at the paper target, and then we're going to see if we can't kill us a watermelon. That red dot sight has lost its lateral adjustment. I can correct vertical, but I cannot correct laterally. This is a group, irregardless of where I aim. I have to aim off to one side to get hits. So what I'm going to have to do is at 25 yards, aim about 4 inches right to get hits where I want them to be. At 50 yards, 8 inches right to get hits where I want to be. There be said subject watermelon. And we are going to aim to the right hand edge. One kill, aimed about there.
We have one other gun to give the watermelon test to, and that's this Remington 700 Ultimate Muzzleloader. Now this has a load of 3 777 pellets. So we're going to try it at the watermelon at 50 yards. The 700 ml did exactly what it was supposed to do. That's exactly the point of aim. So, yeah, nearly dead center of the melon, out the back side. Incidentally, these are ballistic watermelons. They are not fit for human consumption. And they're grown by a friend of mine for shooting and other purposes.
It will obviously be after this hunting season before I finish and publish my book, but this one is available, Hunting Big and Small Game with Muzzleloading Pistols. I also have Extreme Muzzleloading, which features muzzleloading pistols, and talk about them more briefly in backyard deer hunting. Mike Brackett does excellent gun work on percussion as well as the 1873 Peacemaker style revolvers. Now you can contact him at this email address. Makedo Ajama also produces bullets and molds, and you can contact him by email. For more information on my books, blogs, and more than 450 videos, you can go to my website, www.hoviesmith.com. Good hunting and good eating from the outdoors. Goodbye, and God bless.